Hey, I'm Rob Adler, and welcome to Understanding Upstate, the podcast dedicated to exploring what makes upstate New York such a unique place. Each week, my co-host Jim Search and I dive into a new upstate topic to better understand what's up upstate. And today, we are talking, and we'll actually be drinking, the iconic Genesee beer, baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I don't know if people can tell by the sound of this episode, but we're live in person. Usually unless we're covering the rewrite, we're usually remote. But today, Jim came on down a good old Bay Ridge, so we could have a couple cans of Genesee, courtesy of none other than a little grocery store called Wegmans.
Yup. There's a whole lot of upstate shit happening right now, baby.
This is just the beginning, Jim. We're going to connect so many things today.
Sure.
You're just going to have a second beer.
Oh, my God.
At the very least.
Well, twist my arm, I'll do it. You know what I mean? You know, this is what I'm here for, so let's go.
Well, hopefully we don't have to twist any of our speedy freaks' arms to subscribe, rate, and review the show. It would be a big help to yourself to subscribe because you're never going to miss a great episode. And it would help us out a lot if you can throw us a 5-star rating and write a positive review. We just got one in from our special promotion last episode. It's a one-time only offer.
Right.
I believe the deal was if you gave us a 5-star rating, you could submit what kind of speedy I'd be grilling. And in fact, we'll be grilling after this episode. We're doing speedy tonight, baby.
Yes.
And Adam Rodkey... He got it in a little bit circuitously, but it's in. It counts. Sure. Got in before the ballot box closed, and he graciously forecasted that I was already marinating chicken speedies. So that's what we're making today.
Yep.
Chicken speedies by the, I was going to say request, I dare say demand of Adam Rodkey. So if you would like to make your own demands at us, for future things for us, not necessarily to grill. Again, that was a one-time offer, but future upstate topics, people, places, things, nouns, upstate nouns for us to cover. Just, again, give us a 5-star rating, positive review, and throw those suggestions in there, and we just might do it.
Yes. We absolutely will, because we're here for you, Speedy Freaks, and we want to bring you the best that podcasting that we have to offer. And
well, today we've brought the best that Upstate Brewing has to offer. Should we get into Genesee beer?
Yes, we absolutely should. First of all, I want to say a huge shout out to Rochester, New York, where this all started, and the good folks in the Genesee County. And also, I want to say that this beer is very special to me, as I had this when I was 12 years old, baby.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's nothing more upstate than that, Rob.
That's pretty good.
My first Jenny beer was around the age of 12. My Aunt Betty was a big fan of the Jenny Cream Ales, actually. Jenny Cream Ales, which we're going to have today, and let me have some. So
there you go.
You know, back, it's all come full circle.
Yeah, if you just reverse that number, that's the age I had my first beer at. Doesn't get more Midwestern than that in some ways.
Yeah. So we are here to bring this all back. So yeah, let's crack this episode open, shall we?
Oh my God, let's do it.
Genesee Brewing Company is an American brewery located along the Genesee River in Rochester, New York. From 2000 to 2009, the company was known as the High Falls Brewing Company.
Boo!
Yeah, not interested in that bullshit. I'll tell you that right now. In 2009, High Falls was acquired by capital investment firm KPS Capital. Also another boo.
Double boo.
Yeah. Fuck this corporate nonsense getting a hold of our God-fearing upstate New York brewery here. Together with the newly acquired Labatt USA, KPS merged the two companies as North American Breweries, NAB for short. Along with this change, Highfall Brewery changed its name back to the original Genesee Brewing Company. You're fucking right, you did.
Woo! I'm making a nightmare of a time for myself and editing in the future by all this booing and wooing cross-mic bleed, but it's fine. It's worth it.
Yeah, and you know what? Given the fact that there might be some of these beers in our future later, who knows what's going to happen here?
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, but you know what? We do it for y'all.
It's true.
So I'll take that sentence from the top. Along with this change, High Falls Brewing Company changed its name back to the original Genesee Brewing Company, operating under the North American Brewery name. In October 2012, North American Breweries was purchased by FIFCO, or I would say FIFCO. Is that the, I would say that's the way to say it.
FIFCO? I don't know. But I do know some of the other things they brew. Would you like to?
I would love to.
Would you like to know?
That's what I'm here for.
So, they took over Labatt Blue, famously a Canadian beer, but I think they do the USA brewing for Labatt.
Okay.
Popular in the Adirondacks. If you're up there, up that way, there's a lot of Labatt going around. There's also a lot of Canadians, so it makes sense.
It all adds up.
They also brew Genesee Specialty and Genesee beers, Imperial, Seagram's Escapes, weird name.
Okay.
Magic Hat, which is pretty popular at every bodega. They're gonna have Magic Hat. And also Lipton Hard Iced Tea, because, sometimes grandma also needs to get fucked up. I was very surprised to see that Lipton had a hard iced tea arm.
What? Is it like an Arnold Palmer-esque
vibe? I would get, or like Mike's Hard Lemonade, but more sensible? I don't know.
More dignified palate for a...
There's something less dignified about it, though. I don't know. It's look, they make it in upstate New York, so we're gonna have to cover it eventually.
Sure.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
But we're not drinking Lipton Hard Iced Tea today. Today we're drinking some Jennies, and we haven't even cracked them open. But I think we should do that on mic. Get some Grammy award-winning Foley work here. I guess if it's Foley work, it's going to be an Oscar because it's in a movie. But you know what?
I get the reference.
You guys are too tough of critics. You guys got to relax. You got to crack open a beer like we're going to do right now.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, baby.
You know how many times I've heard something like that and immediately turned to see what's going on and saying, all right, let's go.
It's good. It's good beer. I think so. This segment, we're just going to talk about the beer,
Sure.
the taste profile. I'm going to read the box, the can a little bit, and then we'll get into the history,
right?
And kind of what's going on with the brewery now. But what do you think are the notes of the Jenny Cream Ale?
Well, it takes me back to Johnson City, Aunt Betty and Uncle Snook's house.
Sure.
Because your taste and smell are the strongest sense, and
it's
are most connected to memory.
Yep.
So yeah, that first sip is. Now I'm in a smoke-filled front patio in Johnson City, and Aunt Betty's like, "Have some beer," and my mom's like, "Okay." But as far as what other people may taste, because nobody can go back to that specific place in time. It's got like an interesting aftertaste.
Yeah, kind of sweet almost.
I was gonna say
a little bit sweet.
Tastes sweet. I'm curious because it's a cream ale. I'm curious where the cream is involved.
Sure.
But yeah, I can dig it.
It's good. It's like it reminds me of one of my favorite beers from back in Minnesota, which is another like local, but also like pretty big brewery called Grain Belt.
Okay.
It's like the Genesee of St. Paul, Minneapolis area, and they have it's just a cheap good beer.
Yep.
All the bars have it. It's cheap, but it doesn't taste bad like your Natty Lights, right? Like it's a good drinkable, it's a good porch beer. I think it's a great porch beer.
I feel like if this took like a wrong turn, this could be a Natty Light territory. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a step above like good.
Yeah,
like,
it's like a Miller High Life. I'm a big fan of the champagne of beers. This isn't the High Life lane, but like a little creamier, right?
And this is also like light enough to like I would drink this at a beach. Yep. And we're in the we're recording in the summer, so my kind of where I am in terms of what I'm drinking alcohol wise is like, can I drink it at the beach or can I not? Right.
Yep.
I could drink this at the beach.
Yep.
100%.
It's a good crushable hot weather beer.
Right. Sure. Exactly. You're not trying to like, this feels good.
And I'll say the first one I ever had was at Dinosaur Barbecue with you about a few months ago. And I believe we paid $2 a can, which Dinosaur Barbecue is from Rochester. Oh, no, it's from Syracuse.
Yes.
And they're holding down the very reasonable offer of just $2 a can. So if you're ever near Dinosaur Barbecue, go get some Jenny. And I also weirdly had it. The only time I've ever had it on tap was in Colorado at a pizza shop.
Jenny beer.
They had Jenny beer on tap because they love. It's a pizza place in Longmont, Colorado, called Rosalie's. We'll shout them out because they're serving Jenny, but they very much love New York and East Coast style pizza and like go to a bunch of different places, just not New York City. And they've been pouring it for years, as far as I know. So,
well, shit, man. Well, shout out to Rosalie's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Indeed. All right. Well, we've gone over our tasting notes.
Sure.
Let's go over our history notes. And
all right, let's get to the history then, shall we?
First, we're going to get into just a brief history of brewing in Rochester, because Rochester used to be a huge brewing hub in the United States, and there used to be a lot more local brewing in general in the United States. Like even like here in Brooklyn. There used to be tons of breweries actually in like Crown Heights, and there's still some of those old buildings are there. Yeah. Manhattan used to have breweries like on the Upper West Side. Anyway, this isn't a podcast about brewing in New York City. It's about upstate New York. But that being said, brewing was much more popular in the 1800s, and then a little thing called Prohibition happened. So let's get into just a quick brief history about Rochester brewing. So before Rochester was known for being the birthplace of Kodak, Xerox, and Bausch & Lomb, it was internationally known for its robust brewing industry. The city was uniquely positioned for such an industry early in the 19th century. They had easy access to corn, rye, barley, wheat, and other grains grown in the Genesee River Valley that were shipped downriver to be milled in really massive quantities, right? There's an industry for growing, shipping, and then processing all the necessary beer materials. In 1838, Rochester was the world's largest flour producer as well, earning it the nickname the Flour City. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Me neither. How about that?
I know that they're like the crest is, well, it's not like flower as in like flower, but it's actually like a rose petal. Not a rose petal. I'm fucking it up. But anyway, I didn't know that Rochester was worldwide for cranking out flour.
But yeah, it's crazy. And get this, when a little ditch called the Erie Canal opened in Rochester in 1832, the city became a real boom town. And its population exploded, in which there were at least 20 breweries that had opened. So again, like just 20 breweries in Rochester, the population's growing. With the introduction of the Erie Canal, it allowed for, again, easy delivery, particularly of hops, which was grown to such an extent in the area between Albany and Syracuse that by 1849, that region produced more than anywhere else in the country, eventually selling more than 3 million pounds annually by 1855. So it's Rochester, the flower city, and then the area between Syracuse and Albany is producing the most amount of hops than anywhere else in the country.
So this is like a perfect storm for just like getting fucked up.
Beermageddon, baby.
Like, I had no idea first that like Albany and Syracuse in between there was hop heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this totally lends itself to this boom of breweries. Right?
Yeah. And they're like hops production is still something that happens in upstate New York. There's a couple just breweries / bars here that specialize in like New York grown and produced beer. And by that I mean like they're growing the grains, the hops, everything, and then they're brewing it here. So it's still alive and well, though I don't know if it's still putting out that much nationally or internationally. Another big thing that impacts the area is the influx of German immigrants who start to come over in the late 1840s. Then by the 1850s, another dozen breweries began operating. By 1880, 13 breweries produced a product valued at $1.4 million.
Wow.
Which pretty good. Right?
Well, and again, we do this because we go back in time so much, but that's 1.4 million by like 1800.
1880s.
So that's like several $100 million if I had to bet.
It's a lot of beer.
Yeah.
It's a lot of beer. While the breweries themselves were large employers, they also supported a number of other industries, including bottlers, salesmen, the teamsters, ice cutters, farmers, obviously, tavern keepers, lithographers for the labels. You know, someone's got to make the labels. And wagon makers. Then Prohibition came along and shuttered the Rochester brewing scene in 1919. After Prohibition, only 5 breweries would reopen in Rochester. And by 1970, only 1 was left. And dare I say, the cream rose to the top. Ooh. Or shall I say the cream ale rose to the top. That brewery was the Genesee Brewery. That was the only one to endure. Today, however, there are more than a dozen independent craft breweries operated in the city of Rochester and another 2 dozen within Monroe County.
Well, how about that?
There you go. So let's get into that. Kind of gives you the idea of the landscape that Genesee came about in. Let's get into the actual history of Genesee beer.
All right, let's talk about it. So the pre-Prohibition Genesee Brewery was one of many in the noteworthy history of brewing in Rochester, as you had mentioned, Rob. In 1878, local businessman Matthias Condolf purchased an already existing brewery, Risky and Spies, organized a stock company, and incorporated it under the name Genesee Brewing Company. That original brewery was first opened in 1856 by Charles Rao, former brewmaster at Marburger Brothers, a brewery at 80 North Clinton Avenue. Condolf would also establish the Moralback? Gosh.
That sounds right.
That works. Moralback Brewery on Emerson Street in 1909, which operated until Prohibition. So we have a lot of wheeling and dealing happening here to build what now has become the Genesee Brewery. And
when, I don't think I mentioned it, but when Prohibition struck, Genesee Brewery closed down. Some other breweries would make root beer, or they would just make like malt, or they just go to like the grain side of things.
Sure.
Or do like other liquids. But from what I can tell, Genesee it closed, just kind of shut down entirely.
See, that's when they got to start getting the speakeasies popping, man. Listen.
Yeah.
There was money to be made.
Indeed. And drinks to be drunk.
And twice as much, because you can charge $900 a beer. if you wanted to. All right. In 1932, Lewis Wehley. Jesus.
I really gave you the
so fucking wild.
We
man.
gave you the tough section.
Ay caramba. So we're gonna do this one
the
more
H
time.
is in a spot you wouldn't expect.
Nah, I know. That's what's fucking me up here. In 1932, Lewis Wehley, a former brewmaster at Genesee and then vice president and manager of a successful bakery in Rochester,
where I read he pioneered the delivery of fresh baked goods. No one had thought about it. This is from the Genesee Brewery website.
Right.
Take it with a grain of hop.
Sure.
He pioneered delivering baked goods, which, like, I mean, dare I say, things would have sold like hotcakes.
Or hot cross buns in this case.
Hey.
Purchased the former brewery buildings and recipes, incorporating the Genesee Brewery on July 8th. On March 22nd, 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, thank God that is a name I can say, signed the Cullen-Harrison Act, authorizing the sale of 3.2% beer and wine. He was like, you know what? People... Well, first of all, he was like, I'm noticing that there's millions of dollars illegally flowing through the streets of the United States because the mob has taken this over. And so let's just make it legal again.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
On April 27th, Genesee resumed shipping their beer. That was like the first date that it went out.
Sure.
And to commemorate this, they sent out 400 invitations for a celebration at the Powers Hotel in Rochester. How many people do you think showed up?
Everybody.
4,000 people.
Everybody.
We're going to, you know what? We're going to have a great party. 400 is going to be a big gathering. Can you fucking imagine 4,000 people showing up when you're expecting 400? It might as well be 4 million.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like back then, like 4,000 is 4 million. And then you just turn people away. Like that's the real rub you got to just deal with. So Wehley relaunched the famous Liebbuchner beer and served the first draft on April 29th, 1933. The first year's production totaled approximately 150,000 barrels, and by 1943, Wehley had nearly 1,000 employees. Hot diggity. So things are back on and popping.
Woo!
1936, the Genesee Brewing Company acquired the old Parsons Malt House in Sodus Point, which is a little bit east of the city of Rochester. I looked it up. Spending nearly $200,000 on renovations that were completed in 1938. Again, that's like probably like $5 million. At the time, it was the only malt house privately owned by an Eastern brewery and was notable for employing the traditional European floor system of malting barley.
Oh, the traditional European floor system for malting barley. Sure.
Got it.
We're all familiar.
Totally know it. Barley would then be stored at a grain elevator in Oswego. Shout out to my Oswego homies. Then sent to Sodus Point for malting. The malt house ended its operation in 1986. Now, interesting little cross-state trafficking of grains here, huh? So in 1984, December 1984, it purchased the Fred Koch Brewery of Dunkirk, New York. At the time, the Fred Koch Brewery was owned by Vaux Breweries of Sunderland, England. Get out of here. In the previous year, Koch sold about 55,000 barrels of beer compared to Genesee's 3.2 million. That's with an M.
Beer.
That's with an M. Genesee transferred the brewing of Koch's brands to Rochester, which it continued through the 2000s. How about that? So this is like a self-contained unit, right? If you will.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what's about to happen. In 2000, the company was sold to an employee investment group, and the company's name was changed to High Falls Brewing Company, which we talked about before. Fuck that. In 2007, Norman Snyder was named CEO of the company and announced a change in the Genesee brand labeling, which highlights a more classic look. Good. The company also unveiled a new corporate website and increased marketing of the Genesee brand of beers.
Okay.
So, I think we're seeing here the power of the brand and how like to even just like tinker with that or fuck with that is like, well, you're really going to lose a lot of the punch and the steam and the brand credibility, right?
Yeah.
Because people aren't going to like, if they know Jenny Beer and then they're like, oh, we're now Screaming Dragon Beer, they're going to be like, nah.
Jim, are you trying to do a cross promotion for House of the Dragon like everyone else is in New York City right now? Get out of here with your Game of Thrones checkbook.
Can I be honest with you? I've never even seen that show.
I've seen one episode, and I think I fell asleep.
One more than me.
Good company.
Yeah, say one more than me, dude. All right. In February 2009, the High Falls Brewery was sold to a New York City investment group, KPS Capital Partners, to be run as part of North American Breweries, NAB, as we talked about before, subsidiary. In June of the same year, it was announced that the name of the brewery would revert to Genesee Brewing Company to reflect the company's long history. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right you did that, okay?
So how long was it? It was not Genesee for how long then?
It looks like
9 years?
I was going to say like 9 years or so it wasn't.
Dark days.
Which like I just don't even I mean maybe I wasn't living in like the upstate New York Rochester area at the time, but like I can't imagine it not being that, or just like.
See, I wonder if the brewery was changed and it would be like High Falls Brewery's Genesee Cream Ale, or like did they still have, I know this is the wrong term, but like the imprint of Genesee Cream Ale under
the
High
umbrella
Falls Brewery. Jim will never know. We have no tools to and these answers have been lost to time.
If only there was a endless source of information where we could find this out. All right. Now, we fast forward the tape a few years to September 8th, 2012. The $3.9 million Genesee Brew House opened to the public. Whew.
Have you ever been?
No, I haven't.
We need to change this. I need to.
Well,
I was reading about it. We got to go.
All right. Listen, I got some homies up in Rochester. My man Steve's up there.
Steve, I'm coming.
Yep, we're on our way, buddy. The 9,200 square foot former packaging center features interactive exhibits and a multimedia presentation that explores Genesee's history.
What do you think an interactive exhibit at a brewery is like? Like, what are you doing?
You know what I bet they have? They probably have something where it's just like, hey, you can like crush the grain, or you can like fuck with the hops.
I would love a VR experience where you put on goggles. Boom, you're the saloon owner in 1860s Rochester.
Okay,
got all your German canal ditch diggers. They've been working on the Erie Canal. I might have my timeline wrong on this, but just bear with me.
Sure.
You gotta. It's an interactive game where you gotta pour like 60 mugs of Jenny Cream Ale, again, which wasn't available until 1960, but just to deal with the inconsistencies. And you're pulling VR taps left and right.
Sure. That's what we think we're looking at.
That's what the interactive experience is.
You know, there was a game called Tapper, a video game called Tapper, which video games are marketed to kids,
sure,
as we know. And this is like the 80s. And it's a game where you're just filling up beer and you're throwing them down the bar.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of this game.
Yes, Tapper.
Yeah.
So
it's root beer. It's fine.
Yeah,
totally
sure.
Fine.
All these adults are getting super pissed that you're not selling them root beer. Got it. Well, along with the multimedia presentations, as we talked about, there's a gift shop and a pub-style restaurant. So what food are they serving? Garbage plates.
Oh, hell yeah. It is on our list.
Sure.
Among other uncovered upstate delicacies.
Oh my gosh.
But that's one of the big ones. We're saving that.
Listen, man, we get there. We gotta, there's a spot in Binghamton that does garbage plates. I forget the name of the restaurant, but like they got sued and they can't do garbage plates anymore because it's a trademark name.
Who owns the trademark?
It's Nick Tahoe's, I believe.
Oh,
is the restaurant.
Wow.
And I've had a Nick Tahoe's original. I had it right after I graduated from college because I had a couple homies who were from Rochester. And then, like, fast forward the tape, I'm in Binghamton. This is a few years ago. They had, like, it said garbage plate on the menu, and I'm like,
you guys are playing with fire.
Say less.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know who knew it was trademarked, right? So I was like, say less, fam. Let's do it. And then, I went to heaven, ate it.
Sure.
And then went back again. I was like, let me get one of those garbage plates. They're like, you want a ground beef and macaroni cheese platter? Is that what you want? I'm like, oh yeah. I guess
call it like the kitchen sink plate.
You could totally call it the kitchen sink.
Come on.
But yeah, there was
Man, they are litigious in Rochester. My word.
Well, I mean, the garbage plate name and like the meal itself is so first of all, it's fucking incredible, right? Like you have a couple of drinks, you get yourself a garbage plate, you're just like, I'm sober, I'm ready to take on the world. I mean, God, it's so good. So they got to protect the brand. They got to protect themselves at all costs, man. So, all right. In September 2016, North American Breweries, NAB for short, announced an expansion and redesigned project. Then Governor, now disgraced monster, Andrew Cuomo.
And probably future gubernatorial candidate for
sure. Yeah.
He's still in the mix. Don't worry.
Yeah, he ain't going away. Cuomo announced that New York State would add an additional $9.5 million in state funding, including a $5 million capital grant through the Upstate Revitalization Initiative.
Jim, I don't want to tease this too much, but we're going to come back to this in a spectacular way in a little bit.
Oh, I cannot.
No, you have no idea.
Oh,
although my excitement might give you a hint.
Yeah. I'm guessing this is going to go deliciously left, and I'm real excited for it.
We'll see.
All right. In 2018, Genesee Brewery completed a renovation project, which included the installation of 24 fermentation and storage tanks outside the new cold block building and a new dry hopping system. Man. Capital improvement left and right.
Cold block building. Cool.
Here it is. All right. Now, we're going to move into... There's so many different like flavors of Genesee.
Oh, yeah. These are just a few.
But I felt like, for the interest of time and, what are kind of the big hitters that I picked out three, right? So, our first beer, the 12 Horse Ale. First introduced in 1933, just after the Prohibition was repealed in the United States. Thank God for that. 12 Horse Ale is brewed with 6-row barley malt, hops from the Yakima Valley, and Genesee's proprietary top fermenting ale yeast. This yeast was brought to the brewery in 1933 from England and has been used in brewing ever since. To coincide with the beer release, the marketing campaign produced was believed to be the only 12-horse hitch in the world. Harnessing a unique matched team of a dozen red roan Belgians, hitched 3 abreast in 4 rows with a red wagon. Holy shit.
There's a lot of horses.
This is like the Bentley of like 1933, right?
And like I was reading like part of that imagery was around the fact this is early post-Prohibition. they were selling beer like it had been illegal for I mean, like,
right.
But particularly Genesee, like they were making money hand over fist, and they had such amazing. They like thought they would sell 100,000 barrels, and then they sold 150,000 barrels of beer that first year. Like,
right.
So this imagery that they need a 12-horse team is a part of this. Like, we're the fucking best. We're selling
those
so much.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, 100%.
And you also got to think about too, right? Is just like when you're in business, etc. Is like, you know, you have your projections, and you're lucky if you hit half of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like realistically, it's like, all right, I'm hoping to sell 50,000. I have 100,000. I want to sell 100,000, but we'll probably get to 50.
Yeah.
So to exceed your projected, like, I don't know what you're sprinkling in your beer, but you've
alcohol. Alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. That highly addictive quality alcohol that has not ruined anybody's life. And so now you're like, well, shit, I've got money to the ceiling. All right. So the barn that housed the unique team and their harness is displayed at the Genesee Country Village and Museum.
All right, so we're going to the Genesee tap room where we're going to have a garbage plate, and then we're going to go hang out in the barn at the Genesee Country Village and Museum. It's going to be one hell of a road trip. We're going to get about 1,000 episodes out of it. It's going to be great.
There's some high intensity upstateness happening right now.
It's Jim. It's going to get better.
Oof. I kind of want to speed through this so I can get to just what Andrew Cuomo did or did not.
I mean,
do.
the Cuomo is a minor. That's the connecting.
Sure,
issue.
sure. Okay. Genesee Cream Ale, which we have sipped on this whole episode. Shout out to you.
And if I'm doing my job, you haven't heard any sips or burps or lip smacks. And if I didn't do my job, I'm so sorry.
No, you are a professional, and I know you have. Genesee Cream Ale was originally conceived by brewmaster Clarence Gemin in 1960. It has 5.1% alcohol by volume, and I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
The beer is recognized for winning 2 consecutive gold medals at the Great American Beer Festival.
God, I hope the Great American Beer Festival is held in upstate New York because I want to go.
Yeah, well, that sounds wild and incredible.
Great. It sounds great.
And then there's Jenny Light. Jenny Light was first introduced in 1978, the 100th anniversary of the original brewery.
What a way to ring in 100 years with a light beer.
With a light ass beer, motherfuckers.
What are they doing? I don't know. Like, you should, if you hit 100 years, that's when you come up with like Jenny quadruple.
Right. Like 16%.
Yeah, you've done it.
Yeah,
you've done it. Hit them with the hard shit.
You want to peel their insides with just fucking alcohol and send these motherfuckers one sip. It's like absinthe. You just want to put absinthe in a can, right?
Yeah. I'd buy it.
Yeah, well, I'd buy that for $1, as they say in RoboCop.
Oh yeah, there's a couple other things they brew under contract brewing, which is pretty standard. Where if you have a brewing facility, someone else will be like, hey, I want like. A bar might want their own tap, right? The bar's house beer or a restaurant's house beer, and up from there, stores, restaurants, stuff like that. So they do a fair amount of contract brewing. They brew Walmart's Trouble Brewing, Seven Kings Brewery, and Narragansett, which is another popular cheap beer out here. I would say Narragansett is as popular, if not more popular, than Pabst, like Blue Ribbon in tallboy form out here.
Yeah, for sure. Like I got a homie from New England who loves Narragansett.
Yeah,
for obvious reasons.
Yep. It's good. It's fine. I'm never upset to see it. And it's also, even though the company has their fingers in the Lipton hard tea game, they also make Mike's Hard Lemonade and other malt beverage products. And oh my God, Genesee Brewing Company produces almost all of the Mike's Hard Lemonade sold to the East Coast market. So if you've ever had a Mike's Hard Lemonade, you've had Jenny.
Yep, and it's passed through the 585, baby.
Yeah. But more importantly, Genesee contract manufactures Mountain Brew beer, ice, and most importantly, Stew Brew for Stewart's shops, which we
have talked about.
We have covered a number of episodes ago. So they're again a beloved upstate icon of convenience / gas stores, particularly in the Adirondack region, capital up through Adirondack region. And here's Jenny making the beer for them, making the store brew.
Just out here chilling.
But the delightful connections doesn't end there, Jim. I've got a next segment where I'm going to largely just read a lot of an article I found, but and I've edited some of it down, but you will see why I have to read this almost verbatim.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll give you the title. Afloat on the Erie Canal, sonar gear, Ferris wheel parts, and beer tanks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is from May 28th, 2017. This is around that initiative that Andrew Cuomo was basically like, hey, we're going to invest in the beer industry in Rochester.
Sure.
So this is from this article by Jesse McKinley. The state anticipates more than 20,000 tons of shipping on the canal system in 2017, a milestone not reached since 1993, according to state officials. Still, that is a far cry from millions of tons of cargo the canal regularly trafficked during the 19th and early 20th centuries, as we've talked about. They should have listened to our episode.
Yeah, before you write this, listen to us.
Anyway, unlike the frontier farm goods that once headed east to market, these new shipments often have a distinctly modern feel. They've included electrical transformers and turbines, of course, Navy sonar equipment, and huge pedestals to support the New York Wheel, a towering Ferris wheel being built on Staten Island. Oof, it never opened.
Wow.
Did you know about this?
I had no idea about this.
This was a casualty of either Irene or Sandy. I think it was Sandy. But New York City was supposed to have the world's largest Ferris wheel. It was going to open up right next to the Ferry Hawk Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Right where this is where the Staten Island Ferry docks from Lower Manhattan. It was going to open up, and then one of those storms hit, and it destroyed parts of Staten Island. And also, it was going to open up and be the world's largest Ferris wheel for like 6 to 9 months because they had already started building a larger one in Dubai that was going to open up shortly after. So it ended up
the second largest.
But evidently the pedestals came down through the goddamn canal. But yeah, a fun side note. I was delighted to see mention of the New York Wheel. Anyway, back to the important part of the story here. They're bringing towering Ferris wheel parts and giant beer cans, as the article says. And over the past 10 days, 12 enormous beer tanks have been slowly floating on the canal to Rochester, where the Genesee Beer Company plans to use them to brew a whopping 8 million bottles of beer at a time. At a time.
That's a lot of booze.
It's a lot of cream ale. They're expected to arrive early this week. Like many of the other items seen lately along the canal, tanks are simply too big for roads or rails, the company claims at least. And so for the past week, the tanks have been bobbing their way about 225 miles on 4 barges, virtual beer flotilla. Whoever wrote this, they're pure poetry, and an opportunity for canal and beer aficionados to see Clinton's Ditch in action. And there's some really nice pictures of all this happening.
Right.
And it was also a part of the plan was to create an eco brewery district in Rochester. So that's why it was going to sustainable brewing, which is kind of cool.
Right.
And yeah, they're like people turned out to watch these giant giant brewing vats to fucking make their way up the canal.
Float down the canal.
Yeah. Jim, can you imagine how excited I was when I just typed in?
God.
I didn't even go looking for it. I swear to God, all I did was type in like Genesee Brewery, New York Times, just to see. That was like, I think the first hit. And I just threw my hands up and silently celebrated.
And said, fuck yes. My beloved canal is in full effect. And trafficking some sweet Jenny booze
It's
down.
true. It's true. And I'll leave you with a quote from a guy that I think he had brought his grandchildren to. He's like a local historian.
Sure.
Brought his grandkids out to like watch, this big shipment go up the canal. His name is Paul Kofi. Yeah, he brought his 3 grandchildren, and just outside of Albany. And here's his quote to end our discussion here: "To sit and think men dug by hand a ditch and leveled it 365 miles, less than 50 years after our revolution. To me, it's just awesome."
Oh, that's you.
Couldn't have said it is me. That is me in. Honestly, that could be me tomorrow. I don't need to have 3 grandchildren. I'll just go out and stare at the canal and wait for something to come by. I don't even need to know anything's in the pipeline, as it were. I'll just go.
Somebody dug that.
Yep. If you dig it, they will come.
Sure. Can you dig it?
That's I just watched the Warriors again for.
Maybe that's what Cyrus was talking about.
It could be.
Could
be. Well, Jim, that's what we talked about today.
Sure.
What are we going to be talking about next week?
All right. So check this out. We have talked a lot this week about sipping the ale, right? Next week, we're going to be talking about some people sipping the Kool-Aid.
If I could stand up and not hit my microphone, I would. But I can't. So just everyone know the standing ovation. Verbal standing ovation.
There it
Real
is.
great. Real great hit.
Listen, when I told you at the top of this, I was like, I got the riddle to take us out. I know I do.
There you go. Well, like you told us at the top, what I told everyone at the top is to subscribe, rate, and review the show. I'm not going to go in a whole long spiel about it. Do any of those 3 things, and it really helps us out. Also, share an episode with a friend, like you would share a beer. Anyone you would share a beer with, preferably a Genesee Cream Ale. Share this episode with them to let them know you're thinking about them while you're gazing at the Erie Canal, sipping on a beer. Anyway, Jim, while everyone is lovingly gazing at the Erie Canal, what are some things they could listen to while they're doing just that?
You're looking at the canal, right? And you've got a Jenny can in hand. Life cannot get any better. Or so you thought. Okay? Because your eyes are enjoying the world. Your taste buds are enjoying the world. But your ears have yet to meet the same beauty and majesty that this beer and canal can give you. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to jimsearch.bandcamp.com, and you are going to purchase a copy of Upstate Understandings. It is my very first comedy album, produced by Rob Adler.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, it's true. I'm not here to lie to you.
You pointed at me, and I was worried I did something wrong.
No, oh my gosh. No, you did everything right.
There we go.
It sounds incredible. You did everything right with it, dude. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to complete the trifecta. You're gonna bring it all together. You got your Jenny Cream Ale, you got the Canal, and now you've got Upstate Understandings, and it's going to be dope. You do that, then you go to jimsearchcomedy.com, and you find all my fun stuff. I do some stand-up comedy, and you should go see me do that. And then you can follow me at jimsearch on all social media, baby. Rob, they've done what I've asked, right? Mm-hmm. And they still have a couple dollars left over. Where should that money go? What should they do with it?
Look, so you have just figured out how to hitch 13 red Rowan Belgians to your carriage. Only no one's done it. 12, that's for chumps. We're talking 13 premium horses carrying your carriage. Jim was talking about, like, what'd you say, the Bentley of carriages?
Sure.
This is the goddamn McLaren of carriages, baby. You are going to be the talk of the town. But you don't want to hear those people talk because they don't have 13 horse carriages. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab my album, New York City, available at brooklynfrequency.bandcamp.com, so you can play it, drown out all that noise, and you can just enjoy your magnificent 13 horse hitch. So go grab that. Also, go check out our documentary called Understanding Upstate. It's a behind the scenes look at the album Jim just plugged, directed by me, shot by me, featuring none other than Jim Search, kind of giving you a peek behind his process for coming up with the jokes on the album, and then also our process behind making the album.
Sure.
As well. It's actually up on YouTube for free, so you can just go click on the link in the description, and you can also grab my album and Jim's album there as well. Jim.
Yes.
We've got some Speedies marinating in the fridge. We gotta go eat him. So we gotta hear my closing transition to get on out of here. Are you ready?
Yes, let's go. Let's get it.
Jim, let's crack open another Jenny because we've got to grill up some Speedies.
Woo. Understanding Upstate is a podcast hosted by Jim Search and Rob Adler, edited by Rob Adler, and music from Regal Monk.